Applaus.
Yeah, we're gonna do lunch. No. Yeah, it's gonna happen this time. I promise. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Okay, bye. We're never gonna meet. I mean, it's one of those conversations that many of us have. Many times. But what can I do? My schedule is insane. And his is even worse. We've scheduled and canceled this lunch about half a dozen times over the past 3 months alone. Scheduling. How many of you shudder at the very thought of trying to put an activity together for 2 or more people? My co-founder, Lior, had 2 executive assistants when he was VP operations at El Al Israeli Airlines. The first handled the day-to-day. The second, only scheduling, but mainly rescheduling. So, yeah. No, I understand. Okay. He just canceled. And now the emails, back and forth, trying to find an availability that fits everyone. One is using Gmail, the other one is on Outlook, the third one is using iCloud Calendar, and it doesn't matter. Just one of those time and energy suckers that are so frustrating. Meet Meekan. Meekan is the perfect activity coordinator that sees everyone's schedules, knows how to prioritize, and can schedule and reschedule meetings in a snap without bugging you. You just have to accept. Now, Meekan was founded last year by Lior, Mati, and Eyal, and we're now a team of 6 people based in Tel Aviv. We received the seed funding, $750,000, from Horizons Ventures earlier this year. Let me show you how it works. I'm scheduling a meeting with my co-founder and a potential business partner here in New York City. It needs to be this week. We're only here for a few days. Now, Meekan uses advanced data mining and AI algorithm to gather information about the meeting, the context of it, the location, the frequency in which we're meeting. It doesn't matter if you're on Gmail, Exchange, or iCloud calendars. Meekan will pinpoint the best time and finalize the meeting in under a minute. Now, as we're talking here, I just got a text from this major lead we're chasing down. As it turns out, he can meet us in New York today. It needs to happen now. No worries. Using our flexible time algorithm, Meekan will find a slot for that meeting too. Even shuffle other meetings around if necessary. Now, Meekan can do wonders for a personal life too. We have a 2-year-old daughter, just had a birthday. And anyone here knows that balancing 2 jobs, a kid, and some sort of social life is as hard, if not harder, than doing a business meeting. Now, any doctor's appointment, dance classes, or even dinner with friends are all handled by Meekan. Scheduling is not just meetings, not just work. Everything we have throughout the day was put there after much thought and deliberation. In a recent Harvard study, it was found that business professionals spend up to 5 hours every week just scheduling and rescheduling meetings. That's insane. Through our API and SDKs, we are an enabler for productivity apps, project management software, and calendar software. Even booking an appointment at your barbershop can be done leveraging our API. Now, we're not looking to compete in the saturated market. We're enabling our partners to better serve their audiences and build on a competitive advantage. Now, in terms of the business model, we have a business model set for the corporate market with transactional-based model for third-party app developers, corporate enterprises, and strategic partnerships. We already partnered with a few third-party app developers and SMBs to integrate our technology within their service. I welcome you to visit our booth after the talk to learn more and see how you can join in. Now that we've covered scheduling at work and at home, one more thing. Remember that business meeting, the partner that we're chasing down? As it turns out, he can only meet us in New York 12 hours before we were set to land. That meant rescheduling the flights, the hotel, and the car service. That's a major headache. Meekan understands intent and is able to shuffle corresponding meetings accordingly. So book us on an earlier flight and reschedule the hotel and the car service. We just had to accept. Now looking at you, the audience here, I see a mixture of startups, investors, freelancers, students, and many more. I doubt there are any 9-to-5ers among you. And that's a great sampling of what life has become. To build businesses and be successful, we have to move, we have to shake. We need to be flexible and cut costs. That's where Meekan comes in. Dynamic lives need flexible scheduling solutions. Let us keep up with yours. Thank you.
Any questions?
Great product, very excited to use this.
Thank you.
Very clear as well. I was actually curious as to why it's called Meekan.
Meekan is actually in Hebrew. It's who's here. Meekan. That's the source of the name.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hi.
Good acting skills. A lot of meetings, I mean, me personally, I work with a lot of international companies and we just have meetings over the web. Is there any way to account for time differences and things like that?
Yeah, certainly, obviously. We take into account time zones and working hours and freebie availability, of course. So we take all of that into account when pinpointing the best times for the meet, definitely.
Can I have one more question? When the last example where you rescheduled flights, hotels, all that kind of stuff, how does that work?
Well, that's something that we're building on with our API. We have partnerships, negotiations with several travel aggregators, and that is really the area where we can use our flexible time algorithm to shuffle around all activities. Because for us, the flight, the car service, the hotel is a meeting, for instance, an activity that needs to be shifted according to other things you have on your schedule.
And in this particular case, it's not just time though, it's also a financial concern, right? So like, I don't want to find out that my flight was perfectly rescheduled for a meeting for $1,000.
Yeah, of course, there is financial concern to that as well, yeah. So we can also take that into account and also book you on a flight that is, I wouldn't say cheaper, but it won't cost you more, but it will bring you to the meeting on time.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.